What's up, everybody? TCG Mike here, back for another Phantom Knights deck profile. Now, this is an update to the previous one that I did. This past weekend, I took on Sword Soul, Fluanderies, Blue Eyes deck, which I did a deck profile on, so please go check that out. And it did pretty well. This deck does have Scythe lock, which please tune in after this deck profile. I will be doing some combos with the of setting up a Scythe lock and combos that I do go into on my first turn. So also give this channel a like, and please subscribe, and please help me grow this channel for some more deck profiles. So starting off with this deck here, my Phantom Knights deck, we're going to bring out the Phantom Knights package, which that will be 3 Torn Scales, 3 Silent Boots, 2 Cloaks, Ancient Cloak, 1 Stained Cleaves, and Rag Gloves. So you got, this is like this ratio right here is like really good. I guess you could say standard as well. So it's like you don't need any more than what you got here, pretty much. Then next, with the spice, we got 3 tour guides of the underworld. And then I've seen some people has been running 2. I'm still running a 3 of Kagemucha Knights, mainly because I like seeing this guy in my first opening hand along with tour guide, because if you go tour guide, you can chain link 1 Kagemucha Knight to summon, which your opponent can't Ash Blossom your tour guide from right there. It does not work in Master Duel, but it does work in the TCG of doing that, and that's why I like running 3. And then if you ended up with 2 in your hand to start opening, you can go Kagemucha Knight, and then go into Cherubini from there. For our BA package, we have Graph and Sierra. I cut down off a Libric because I had a comment of someone's suggested that I should cut off Libric, and so I did and tried it. Go through some matches, and yeah, there was no need for me of needing Libric, because if you get tour guide, you can go tour guide, and Graph's in your hand, you can summon Graph with the tour guide, or from the deck, and then go into Cherubini. So it's been pretty good. So let's go ahead and scoot these to the side. Going into the danger package, which is, we got is Jackalope and Chiznoko, the boys. And then for our psychic package, I am running Wielder, Tracker. I know some people I've seen running 2 Tracker, but I'm just running 1 and 1. And then I'm also running Punk Madame Spider. Madame Spider, reason why is because its effect is that you pay 600 light points to add a Punk trap card from your deck to your hand. So I can go E-Tally, summon Madame Spider, pay 600 light points for a deck search for Punk Dangerous Gebu. Its effect is you can target 1 effect monster your opponent controls, negate its effects until the end of turn. That's the only thing you just need to know about that card. So you put it face down, opponent's turn, summons a monster, negates effect, or whichever, you know. So it's like a free trap card search. Well, paying 600 life points for a monster effect trap card negate. And then we got Scythe. And for my hand traps, I am running 3 Ash Blossoms. You can add more. I've seen people have add more hand traps, like doing 3 Ash and 2-3 Ghost Ogres, and you could do that. I thought about putting a Ghost Ogre in here too because of E-Tally, but right now I'm just running 3 Ash, and that's my lineup for the monsters right there. Alright, so going into the spells, we are running 3 Tellies, which my majority of my spells are extenders. One Rhoda, Foolish Burial, and Monster Reborn. And then I'm also running, which is kind of weird, but I know it's weird for some people, but it's actually been a MVP in my deck so far. Is a 3 Dark Ruler No Mores. Like, I've seen this card been a lot of my games, and it has been winning me some games, so that's probably a main staple for me in this deck right here. But other than that, you can swap it, you can change it up. You can add like Harpy's Feather Duster, Call by the Grave, Twin Twisters, Forbidden Droplets if you got that, or Forbidden Chalice. You can drop these 4. So you so it's whatever you feel like you want to add in. Pretty much, this is just what I'm playing right now, and what I'm comfortable with. Alright, so going along with the traps, I got 3 Fog Blades, 1 Wing, 1 Brigadine, and then the Drive Punk Dangerous Geva. Some people play Sword over Wing, some people play Wing. I like playing Wing because it doesn't stay on the field, mainly because there's sometimes in the game where I just need a Family Knight's Trap card, like Wing, in the graveyard, and it's not sitting on my field, so I'll be like, okay, Wing, give him monster 500, can't be protected, goes to the graveyard, and then I can banish it and bring back, like, Break Sword into his own Rusty Bardish's Point too, and pop a card. You know, with Family Knight's Sword, it stays on the field, giving your monster 800 life points, attack points. Even though, and you can send it to the graveyard so it won't be destroyed or by card effect or battle for the first turn, just like Wing. But I like Wing because to me it feels like a little more flexible, just to activate for just that one moment to give 500 attack points, go to the graveyard, banish it, and bring back a Break Sword or something, or another Family Knight's monster. So that's my trap lineup right there. So going into the Link monsters, we have Rusty Bardiche, Cherubini, IP Masquerena, Nightmare Phoenix. There's actually a card I thought about swapping this card out for, but I'll get to that later. Nightmare Unicorn, and Appaloosa, Bow the Goddess. Rusty Bardiche, of course, of course, you send a card. A Family Knight's monster from your deck to the graveyard to set a trap card, which you more times I've been doing Brigadine, so using Brigadine as an extra extender to go into more Link plays or XZs, whichever. Cherubini, of course, to bridge into the Family Knights with Seer. IP Masquerena, I haven't really used her that much, but I'm sure it will come up eventually one of these times. And then Nightmare Phoenix for any for the pop a spell, a trap card, or something like that. I haven't actually got to use this yet in any situations. Nightmare Unicorn, if I need to bounce back a card. And Appaloosa, is usually one of my opener cards to set up with a 3 or 4 monster negates with her, which I'll do a showcase of that in the combos section. And then going on to, also I forgot, there's also Artifact Dagda. Forgot to add that in there. My apologies. Which now search for your Scythe. And then now we're going to the XZs, which is 2 Breaksword, 1 Raiders Knights to go into 1 Arc Rebellion, which is the closer. 1 Livier. I know some people have played 2, but I've cut down to 1 Livier because to me it feels like there's no need to go into a second Livier, just to go into number F0 Utopic Future, and then you go into Utopic Draco Future. And then last but not least, the Zeus. I also thought about trying to do Drowning Magician in here as well, but I actually have a copy laying around. I'm actually trying to find it. Can't find my Drowning Magician. But this is my Xyz lineup right here. Of course, Break Sword to pretty much pop a card on your field, pop a card on your opponent's field, and bring back, when he gets popped, you can bring back 2 Phantom Knight monsters from the graveyard onto the field, and they become level 4s to go straight into Raiders Knight. And then from there, from Raiders Knight, you go into Ark Rebellion, shut down all your opponent's monsters effects, and well, all monster effects on the field except for himself, and getting all the attack power, and just close the game with him. Which I had him close out a game against Sword Soul, and won the game against Sword Soul with this card, and even against Blue Eyes. Levier, like I said, Levier to bring back a Banish, and then I would go into Break Sword just to pair them both up to go into Utopic Future, and into Utopic Draco Future. He's really good as well. And then I haven't played him that much, but he does come up sometimes whenever in a situation when I think I've came across at least a few times where I have brought out Zeus in a situation. So that's the deck profile right there, guys, and I'll see you in the combo section. Welcome to the combo section, everybody. And this combo right here, I'll be showing you how to set up a Scythe lock board for your opponent next turn. So we're going to be doing this with Thorn Guide and Kagemucha Knight. So what we're going to do is say like you're going first. You're going to normal summon Tour Guide, Chain Link Kagemucha Knight. Chain resolves, normal summon Kagemucha Knight. Deck search for Tour Guide to special summon theme monster from deck to the field, which will be Graph. Send Graph and Tour Guide to the graveyard. Special summon Cherubini. Graph's effect will activate. Summon Scythe from the deck. Activate Cherubini's effect. Send level 3 monster from deck to the graveyard, and we'll be sending Torn Scales. Now we're going to link Scythe and Cherubini. Special summon Varsity Bardiche. Scythe's effect will go off. When hit in the graveyard, we'll be special summoning Cherubini back to the field. I'm going to put the graveyard down here, by the way, so that way y'all can see. Rusty Bardiche's effect goes off. We'll activate Rusty Bardiche's effect. Send Cloak to the graveyard. And we're going to put set Brigandine from deck. Banish Cloak. Deck search for Rusty Boots, Silent Boots to your hand. And then that's going to trigger Torn Scales from the graveyard to summon. Then we're going to go ahead and activate Brigandine, special summon it. We're going to send Cherubini to the graveyard and Brigandine to the graveyard to link summon for Artifact Dagda. Okay. Activate Torn Scales effect by discarding Silent Boots to the graveyard, and then we're going to chain Artifact Dagda because his effect only works being chained to another monster's effect being activated. So that's why we save Torn Scales for this moment right here. So chain link 2, chain link 1, Artifact Dagda goes off. Sending by deck searching for Artifact Scythe face down and set it. Then Torn Scales goes through. Send a Phantom Knight card from the deck to the graveyard, which are going to be, you can Fog Blade or Wing, so I'm sending Wing to the graveyard. Next, we're going to be overlaying both of these two, Kagemucha and Tornscales, into Breaksword. Activate Bardish's effect. Pop Breaksword since a Dark Exceeds monster had went into the zone of Rusty Bardiche. So pop Breaksword. And now Breaksword's effect will activate since it was destroyed by a card effect. We can special summon 2 Phantom Knight monsters from the deck from the graveyard, and they become 2 level 4 monsters. Now we're locked into playing dark monsters. So now they're 2 level 4s. We're going to overlay. Do not put the monster in the zone because you're going to need that arrow pointed zone for your opponent's turn. So we're going to overlay these 2 for level 4 for Raiders Knight. And then we're going to go ahead and send Silent Boots to the graveyard. Special summon Arc Rebellion. So he cannot be destroyed by card effects. Now we're going to go ahead and banish Silent Boots to deck search for Fogblade. And we'll put Fogblade face down. So that way you got a monster negate right there as well. And so now on your opponent's turn, so this is going to be in board right here, okay? You got a Scythe right here too as well. So now you're thinking, well, how can you Scythe lock your opponent? Well, I want to tell you. So now your opponent's turn, as soon as he activates a card, chain, wing, banish wing, special summon Breaksword. Into this zone right here he's pointing to, Rusty Bardiche's effect activates, target Scythe, pop it. Your opponent is now Scythe lock on his turn and cannot special summon from the extra deck. Alright, so for the next combo right here, I am going to show you how to put up Appaloosa onto the board with like 3 to 4 negates. This is usually like one of my first opening boards, say like against any like heavy monster effect decks like Fluanderies or something. So we're going to do the same thing here with Tour Guide and Kagemucha Knight. Now I just want to say this can also work with a budget deck too as well, that's running Appaloosa. You don't always have to use these right here. It could be just like, as long as your first hand has like 3 extenders to put 3 cards on the board, like dangers. But so normal summon, Tour Guide, chain link, Kagemucha Knight, summon, Tour Guide gets his effect, which we're gonna send special summon from deck, Graph. Send Graph and Tour Guide to the graveyard. Summon Cherubini. Graph effect will activate. Special summon Seer from deck. Activate Cherubini's effect. Send Torn Skills from deck to the graveyard. Now we're going to go ahead and link Seer and Cherubini into Rusty Bardiche. Seer's effect will activate. Special summon Cherubini from the graveyard to the field. I'm going to put the graveyard over here so that way we can see it. Activate Rusty Bardiche's effect. Send Ancient Cloak from the deck to the graveyard to set Brigandine. Banish Cloak to add to your hand from the deck Silent Boots. And then since we banished a Phantom Knights monster, we're going to special summon Tornscales from the graveyard to the field. We are now going ahead and flip over Brigandine, special summon Brigandine to the field. We're going to 1, 2. Now there's a few ways you can do this, okay? So we're going to go 1, 2. All right, so you can link 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, actually that's perfect right there. So 4 right here to go into Appaloosa. So with 3 materials for the link for Appaloosa, it's at 24 attack with 3 monster negates on it. Every time you use one, it works on a. Every time you negate a monster, chain by chain. When your opponent activates quick effect, you can make exactly negate the activation. Oh yeah. Once per chain. I'm sorry. Okay, so whenever a monster effect activates, you can chain this to negate that monster's effect. So it's got 3 negates on it. And then go ahead and special summon Silent Boots. We're going to overlay Silent Boots and Torn Scales to go right into Breaksword. Use Rusty Bargee's effect, pop Breaksword, and Breaksword will special summon your 2 Phantom Knight monsters, Torn Scales and Silent Boots from the graveyard to the field and make them level 4. Overlay them into Raiders Knights. Send Boots to the graveyard, but detach to go into Arc Rebellion. Banish Boots, and which you get to add a Fog Blade to your hand. Now you can do 2 different cards right here. Okay, you can either get Fog Blade or Wing. So you put it face down, so you have yourself 3 negates of monster negate and a 4th monster negate. So 4 monster negates right there. Or you can go with Wing, in case if you want to protect your one. Say like if your opponent has Regeki and will try to pop your Appaloosa with a spell or trap card or something like that, you could just use Wing to protect Appaloosa, so you can save those monster negate counters or whichever on it. But that's up to you of how you want. Do you want 4 negates, monster negates, or a protection or something? Because our rebellion cannot be destroyed by a card effect, but Rusty Bardiche can. So it's totally up to you. Now I'm gonna backtrack this right here. I'm gonna show you another combo you could go into. Let's reset this board up right here with this on the board. Where's Cherubini? Cherubini, and this one right here, and the other one was okay, yeah, that was Spanish. Okay, so fast track, back fast, rewind to this part right here. So you can also if you want a 4th counter, instead of going into getting Arc Rebellion out, you could just like banish all of these right here. Instead of 3 materials, you can go a 4th material. To go into Appaloosa, gives you a 4th, give you a 4th counter, make it a 32 attack. So that's another thing you can do as well, right there. Okay, so right here we're going to go. So on this one, so we're going to go back to this moment right here, which we're going to go right into F-Zero Utopic Draco. And how we do that, we're going to overlay these 2 right here to go into Levier. And then we're going to use Levier's effect to special, which will send Torn Scales to the graveyard. Special summon Ancient Cloak. Use Ancient Cloak's effect to give Rusty Bardiche extra 800 attack points till the end of opponent's turn, next turn. And then we're going to special summon Silent Boots. Link summon. Silent Boots, not Link summon, I'm sorry. Xyz summon Ancient Cloak and Silent Boots together for Breaksword. Then don't activate Rusty Bardiche's effect. Don't. Overlay these 2 to go right into your F-Zero. And then you can go and then boost them right up again to Utopic Draco Future. And then you could take just your remaining remainders and overlay these, not over them, but link some of them to, like, say, Nightmare Unicorn. Don't have to activate effect, but at least there's a 22 attack body you can have on board. And then banish Silent Boots to give yourself a Fog Blade for another monster negate. So that's like something you can do as well. So that's about it. That's the Scythe Lock combo that I showed you. Appaloosa getting monster negates with counters on monster negates, and getting Future Draco Future out in one turn. So hope that helps anybody. If I come up with any more combo ideas, I will share them out. Anybody's got anything want to suggest or anything, let me know. Hit me down in the comments. I would love to hear any great suggestions how to make this deck to make it better. I do have DPE as well. I will be doing a deck build for that as well, so stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys later.